What's up, y'all? This is BoxingWave. Just get home. It's 9 in the morning right now. I didn't get to see the fight live last night. Timothy Bradley versus Juan Manuel Marquez. So, I'm a little late. I've seen a lot of people already putting up post-fight videos and everything. And I'm like, damn, I wish I was home. I want to do my video, but, I'm just not getting here. I didn't get to see the fight live. I did follow my timeline on Twitter, and it was just crazy with, like, you could really tell who's biased, because of race or just because they just dislike someone that much, where no matter what, they're gonna vote against that person, and it's like, how do you enjoy the sport? If you like somebody only because of race, you must be used to losing, because a lot of guys, it's a lot of Hispanic boxers, okay, that do lose, and there's a lot of them that win, but there's a lot of them that lose too. Same with blacks, same with whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous how, like, the people are so biased. I'm looking at my timeline, and halfway through the fight, I see a whole bunch of people saying Bradley 6-1, and then some of them are not even Bradley. Some of them I actually know, and they're not even Bradley fans. And then you get your one or two guys on there that's like, Marquez is up a couple rounds. And then out of nowhere, towards the end of the fight, they're like, damn, Marquez got to knock him out. What do you mean? Didn't you just have Marquez up? Come on. Like, it's just getting a little crazy, but, it's whatever. I'm just going to talk about this fight. Just going to recap it. Like, I thought it was a great fight. These are the fights that I like. I like technical fights that still have action in it. I think there's like 3 levels of boxing matches. I think it's just a brawl. I think there's brawls where they usually get fights of the year and everything, like Mike Alvarado versus Brandon Rios 1. Then there's technical fights where it's still action, but they're being smart. They don't want to get hit. And I feel like a lot of Floyd Mayweather fights are like that. Some could be boring, but... And then there's the fights where it's just an ugly fight, For example, Ishe Smith versus Carlos Molina. That fight, I was looking forward to that a little bit. And that was on a Mayweather Canelo card. And I just couldn't stand that fight. It was an ugly fight. You know what I'm saying? So there's 3 different levels, and people are getting too much into the brawl thing. Like, they just want to brawl. It's not a good fight unless it's a brawl. This was a good technical boxing match. I like both fighters in the match. I did pick Bradley to win this fight, but I didn't think he was going to look that good beating Marquez. And not only, I said in a previous video that Bradley was going to win based on his activity, his volume of punches, but I thought Marquez was going to hit him with the more clearer, harder shots. I was totally wrong. Bradley danced around all night and hit him. He didn't just only hit him more. He hit him with more accurate punches. He outboxed him totally. Now, I don't think the fight was as... Like, I seen people say Marquez only won 2 rounds, 1 round, 2 rounds, the whole fight. I don't think it was that, like, the margin was that spread out. I don't think it was that spread out, but I think Marquez might have won like 4 rounds. And the rounds that he did lose, a lot of them were close rounds. I gave him to Bradley, but a lot of them was pretty close. And Marquez did his thing. I mean, he did what he came to do, but style-wise, just countering a person like Bradley looked very unpredictable. He was really light on his feet the whole night, man. He was just, the way, the confidence, he just looked like he knew what he was doing. He looked really confident. I hardly ever see people that confident in the ring. The way he was moving around the ring, he was ducking, making Marquez miss. He was countering. He was even countering Marquez. Like, I was really shocked how good he looked boxing with this guy. Like, I'm really impressed with this guy now, I've been impressed. I was impressed last fight against Provatnikov because it was a great action-packed fight. But now I really feel like this kid really got skills. Like, Bradley is really, like, I don't care what you guys say. I think he's easily top 10 pound for pound. It might be top 5 right now. I know Marquez was top 5, but I'm not even taking the fact that Marquez was top 5. I mean, his skill set is good. Like, he's good. He's really, really good. And at this point, I feel like the only person that can beat him at 140, 147 is Floyd Mayweather. Like, that's it, you know? I mean, this whole top rank and golden boy thing is really messing up the sport right now, because there's so many people I want to see Bradley fight, but he's not going to fight him right now because he's in top rank, and it's very limited in top rank because he fought everybody almost, just about. I don't want to see him fight Mike Alvarado if he wins. I don't want to see him fight Provodnikov again, because all I think he's going to do is beat him more convincingly. He's going to smarten up and learn from his mistakes. I don't want to see him fight Brandon Rios if he beats Pacquiao. I don't want to see that fight because he's going to dominate Alvarado, Rios. Guys like that just stand and move forward. He's going to dominate them. He's going to dominate those two. Pacquiao rematch? Okay, maybe, because Pacquiao, you know, everybody feels Pacquiao won that fight, you know, except probably Timothy Bradley. So let me get back to the fight. Like I said, Timothy Bradley pretty much controlled the whole pace of the fight. You know, the whole pace the whole time. Marquez was doing his thing, but setting up to counter someone that is being so unpredictable, is not moving straight forward to you. He's moving around, dancing around the ring the whole night. It's really hard to counter somebody like that because he never got comfortable. Bradley didn't allow it. He controlled that, and he got Bradley with some good shots throughout the fight. He did, but it just wasn't enough. Like, Bradley made it very clear that he is he was the dominant fighter. Just not last night, but he is clearly the better fighter. You know, so that's all I can really say about the fight. It went on the whole fight. Marquez won his few rounds. I think the only round that I feel like Marquez really like dominated was the 11th round, because Bradley was taking a break that round and Marquez was just landing shots the whole round. Bradley barely punched that round. I think a couple ones, I think maybe the first round, I think Marquez might have won. And you know, maybe a couple of mid rounds, maybe, but I know the 11th round he definitely dominated, and then Bradley took over in the 12th round, almost knocking him down at the end. Oh, he's no joke, man. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan now, but you know, he's no joke. Like, I respect that, man. Like, he deserves his shot with Floyd. Too bad it's probably not gonna happen, but if these guys want to, you know, get over this little battle they have, this beef they have, and Orem and Schaefer just work this whole thing out and let these guys fight, this should be the fight that should happen. You know, I still think Floyd would win, but before Mir Khan, before Danny Garcia, yes, Danny Garcia, I think before any other 140, 147 pounder, it should be Bradley. Before the rest of them, it should be Bradley to get his shot. He deserved his shot. His resume is very, very impressive now. You know, he's still undefeated. So, those last 4 fights, one of those fights need to be Timothy Bradley, win or lose. And he looks like he's still improving. He's still getting better. Okay, so as far as the future of both fighters, I think that's my future of Timothy Bradley. I think he should, you know, I mean, as far as top rank fighters, you know, if he wants to tune Alvarado or Rios up real quick and beat them, fight Provodnikov and beat him more convincingly, then I guess if that's his options, then go for it. You know, if he wants to fight Pacquiao again and, you know, see, I think he might do a little better in the rematch as well in that fight. That's another option. And as far as Golden Boy, there's plenty of options right there. But I think he's ready for Floyd. I think he's ready to give Floyd a competitive fight. Don't think he's going to win, but, you know, I think he's Floyd's best option as well. So, as far as Marquez, I kind of thought he should have retired when he knocked out Pacquiao. I don't think he should have kept fighting because he would have left the game knocking out the one guy that kept winning. That would have been a perfect exit. Do I think that he should retire? Yes. Is he still very talented? Yes. Very, very talented. And there's a lot of 140, 147 pounders that he could still whoop. He could beat a lot of young guys out there. So he still has the talent to still box and give a good competitive fight to anyone, no matter who. But, you know, he's probably going to fight Pacquiao one more time. Might fight one of these guys coming off the Alvarado, Provodnikov fight, or the Rios versus Pacquiao. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think Timothy Bradley should fight next. And the future of Marquez as well. Give me your opinion. Hit me on Twitter, wavy_10, at wavy_10 on Twitter. And subscribe to my channel. Thank you.